Everybody, this is Perch. And by lieu of a live show today, and I apologize, by the way, for all the people who showed up and it's not live. Once in a while, every few months, a break is not a bad thing. We've had some great live shows. We had some great ones coming up, but it is time to retool a little bit, to step back, and just take a breather. I've been working quite hard behind the scenes, and that's what I wanted to talk to you about here. So this is not one of those amazing videos on the comic industry, but it is a little. I want to kind of talk a little bit about what's coming, what I've been working on, and what you have to look forward to, and hopefully get a little bit of advice and suggestions from you who have the best ideas of all and are wonderful for all the support, new and old. There's been some people who've been here since the very beginning when the audio was super bad. If you can imagine that, back in April of 2019. We're coming up on a 2-year anniversary of this show, which is pretty nuts if you think about it. Time has flown, which it tends to do when you're locked in your house. But at any rate, a couple things are happening long overdue. So from beginning to end, an update on a large number of products and projects from me. So yes, the retail shop is still in progress and still probably coming pretty close now. There's been a couple of decisions that have been made. I've had to take a very hard look at, how much money to sink into a shop and what to do and what kind of environment. So I mentioned other places. The intention of the shop was that we were going to do art lessons, and that still is pretty much the thing I want to draw the line on. I want to have that in the shop. It's important to me that it is something that we can do for kids to teach them art. I think not only is it a good thing to do, selfishly, I think it's a differentiator and it's a place to make money. So that is a must that has to happen. And right now we need, parents to feel comfortable dropping their kids off places, and they don't. Hands down, they do not. So that is kind of a gating factor to getting the shop going. But I do expect it to open up this year, and I do expect it to open up before the summer. I maybe this is the optimist in me, but I do think that things start to look a lot better by the time we get into April and May. I think already we're seeing some exhaustion. We're seeing some stuff start back up, and I'm hoping this idea can be, for lack of a better word, franchised a bit. I hope some other shops can pick it up. I think it will be very healthy for comic shops to do something like this. It will it'll bring in a new audience, an audience they need. It's probably at least I sound boastful here, but it's one of the better ideas that I've come across for how to get new kids into a shop and how to get new customers, which we desperately need. All of us who are in the retail world desperately need. So that is coming. The other big long-awaited project is comics. So I am working on my own comics, as most of you know, and the title 3 Past Midnight is going to be the launch title. I should have some art that I'm showing very, very shortly. A lot has been drawn, so it's doing well. I have gotten myself into quite a number of projects, so there's going to be some other comic projects that are going to get announced here relatively shortly that I'm excited to talk to you about, ones where I'm helping out or involved in some way. And I'm very excited to help kind of push and promote all that and just get more comics into the hands of readers. So that is going on. There's also a kind of a development I'm trying to do in the world of digital that will be, for lack of a better word, open sourced, that other people can use. It hopefully, once again, gives people more methods to get their content out into the world in different formats. That's what it's about. It's going to be a very busy March and April because a lot of these plans come to fruition. We get some announcements, we get some things kicked off. Some of these projects will go to crowdfunding, but in all cases, I'm making sure that the money exists up front before we crowdfund. So meaning the artists, the creators, the writers, the people involved are getting paid before we actually start crowdfunding from the very beginning. So the crowdfunding becomes more of a recoupable deal and not as a, hey, hopefully the artist can do a bunch of work for free and that they'll work out in the end. Working with some big people, you will recognize names, and I'm excited about all of that. I have another big project I'm not quite ready to announce yet, but a lot of time is being sunk into that as well. And I think it's something that will be very helpful for the industry, something I've complained about this industry desperately needing. And the garbage that exists today is just untenable for a healthy comics market. And so I aim to remedy that in a couple different ways, and so that's coming as well. The other thing that's happened is that, and this has happened now, is that I have finally made good on my promise to get some of these shows, especially the long format ones, the retrospectives, the interviews, and other things going for podcasting. So if with hopefully by the time you hear this, most of them will be up. There's an approval process, but you'll be able to actually stream this show on iTunes, in Google Music, on Spotify, on Amazon, on iHeartRadio, Pandora, all those kinds of places. All the stuff is out there now. And if you want to get in quickly, I think you can go to what is it, Podbean, Podbean, and you can actually download their app and you can get the shows, and it allows you to download them, listen to them offline without any of these annoying YouTube ads, which is also pretty awesome. That's what I love most of all. But you can go check those out. I am slowly putting up the long form content up there. I think I've got 4 of the retrospectives up now, and pretty soon they will be day and date. So when I put up a big retrospective on YouTube, we'll get it, or an interview, we'll put it there as well. And we'll get some of the live streams from Friday up there as well. So if you prefer to consume content that way, maybe it's easy for you in the car or at home, if you've got Alexa or whatever it happens to be, you'll be able to search for Comics by Perch, or maybe just Perch, or maybe Comics and Perch, or whatever you want to do. You should be able to find this stuff, and hopefully it's just one more method to get and listen to this stuff in a way you like to. I'm not putting up all the videos there. Nothing that's under 20 minutes is going to go up there, but all of the long form stuff will. So that hopefully is some pretty cool news, and you guys will like that. And that'll be nice too. As some of you might have noticed, I've pulled back on Twitter significantly. I don't do much there anymore. You can still follow me, and I'll post random kind of silly things there from time to time. My favorite thing to do on Twitter is something called Saved You a Click, where I take these terrible clickbait websites and I basically summarize the news for you in the tweet, so you don't have to click on this garbage article and give anybody ad money. That's always kind of fun. I also like to do random little things with Photoshop. It's a good way to get the creative stuff out. Unfortunately, doing these videos is, you do audio, I record, I do video production, but it's not a chance to do much with Photoshop and other things, which I do enjoy doing. In terms of the videos themselves, we've got some pretty amazing retrospectives and interviews coming up. In talking with Joe Corallo, my frequent partner in crime, who's done a number of retrospectives, and I credit with pretty much the last 6,000 subscribers to this channel have all come from him. So thank you, Joe. It's all you. No, that's not a wave aside. I've gotten some very nice recommendations from a lot of people lately, and I really appreciate those people who have done it, and particularly those of you who are creators in the industry. Hey, here's an idea. How about let's do a quick interview together. It'll be cool. It'll be fun. You don't need to just mail me. It'll be a good time. But I do have some great interviews and retrospectives coming up. We're going to be doing more of them, and maybe some more wacky ones. I think that will be quite a bit of fun to do some ones that are a little bit more off the beaten path. The other thing that I know a lot of people like are the numbers videos. And if you notice this week, I took a bit of a break from doing them. Don't worry. The data is still being collected. I know that coming up, we've got the Jeff Johns Green Lantern run that people have asked for. Let's see, there's a few. We have Heroes Reborn, the original one that's coming up very shortly that you'll see. I'm going to go into greater depth into some of the infamous comics that people like to complain about, like America Chavez and the Unstoppable Wasp, and some of those. We'll put them up. I have the Scott Snyder Justice League coming. I've got Spawn as well, which is one that people have definitely been asking for a long time that's coming up. So all these are coming, and they'll start flowing out pretty regularly. My hope is to get to about 2 of those a week, and about 2 retrospectives or interviews a week, and then a bunch of other content like the silliness that you've been getting. All in all, I also want to say I continue to support and go on to Thinking Critical. This is Wes's show, and if you haven't subscribed to that, I really recommend you get over there and do that. It's a good show. He does a different take on things, and that's nice. We have different things we like and different opinions of how we see things. But he's a great guy. He's been a huge help, and I always enjoy helping out Wes. And you should check out his show. Stop in whenever possible on the Comic Aficionados. This is a live show Saturday morning. So if it's no good for you Friday night to come and hang out, Saturday morning is another way you can go do that. But I'm always open. Some people have asked, hey, would you come on my show? Scheduling is a bit difficult, but I am always happy to do it. And so if you want me to come on and chat with you for a bit, just let me know, drop me a line, and I'm happy to help and support. The key here with all of this stuff, the different YouTube shows, the channels, everything else. I mean, let me just say at the outset, if you've got a channel where you're just screaming all the time, then it's hard for me to say, hey, everybody go over and do that. But that's nobody's really doing that. So if you have a channel, if you're putting effort into something, if you've got a comic, if you've got a website, if you are trying to remedy the garbage situation of comic news, that may be a hint for something earlier I said, please let me know. I would love to help you out. I'd love to promote you and signal boost and really whatever side of the social, political, comic divide you fall on. I think more eyes on more things comics is a good idea. And that's what I want. So I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're a indie comic artist who's really sickened by the YouTube culture, or whether you're a long-term comic customer that's sickened by the mainstream comic culture, whatever it happens to be. Let's get your voices heard. I think more, I'm more people should be aware of more things, and then people can choose what they want to listen to and what they want to consume. And in many cases, we learn from each other. That's what I'm interested in. That's what this show's about. So there you go. There's an update on a lot of projects. I feel like I've left some things out. My daughters are very excited to come on and do more shows. And they always have a great time when they do that as well. So we'll have to get them on to talk about things too. And I look forward to chatting with all of you. So if there's something else you didn't hear that you're looking forward to or would like to have me comment on, or you miss, or whatever it happens to be, let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, like and subscribe, pass along to a friend. Your recommendations are awesome. And thanks for listening.